Blood drips from Luna's torn wedding dress onto the marble floor of the grand hall as every wolf in the room falls silent, because the Alpha King just dropped to his knees before the reject Omega everyone thought was too weak to survive. 3 seconds ago, Luna Ashwood had been dangling from a chandelier, trying not to sneeze from the dust. Now she's sprawled on her back in a pool of broken glass, staring up at 200 pairs of eyes. Every single one of them belongs to a wolf who wants her dead. Perfect. Luna? Derek's voice cuts through the silence. Her ex-mate stands at the altar in his ceremonial robes, his arm around a stunning blonde in white silk. His face goes pale. What the hell are you doing here? Luna pushes herself up, ignoring the sting of glass cutting her palms. The stolen bridesmaid dress, powder blue, hideously ruffled, is shredded from her graceless fall through the skylight. She was supposed to sneak in through the servants' entrance. Blend in with the catering staff. Slip into Derek's chambers, grab her mother's moonstone necklace from his trophy collection, and disappear. But she hadn't eaten in 2 days, and hunger makes you do stupid things. Like thinking you can balance on century-old rafters that creak under a strong breeze. I'm here for what's mine, Luna says, meeting Derek's eyes. 3 years since he rejected her on her 18th birthday, calling her too weak to be his Luna. 3 years of surviving as a rogue, fighting for scraps and sleeping in ditches. She doesn't look weak now. Derek's bride-to-be, Isla, daughter of the most powerful beta in the Western Territories, steps forward. You dare show your face here? You pathetic Omega trash. Luna's about to respond when she feels it. A presence like lightning crawling up her spine. Every instinct she has screams at her to run, to submit, to bare her throat. She turns slowly. The man standing 10 feet away shouldn't be real. He's too big, too powerful, too there. Dark hair falls across eyes that burn silver in the candlelight. He wears simple black, no ceremonial robes, but everyone in the room keeps a respectful distance. She doesn't need to ask who he is. Alpha King Theron Blackfang. The monster every rogue tells stories about. The wolf who united the territories through blood and brutality. Their eyes meet. The world cracks. Luna feels it snap into place like a bone setting, painful, visceral, inevitable. The mating bond wraps around her ribs and squeezes. She can't breathe. Can't think. The room tilts, or maybe she's falling again, and all she knows is that every cell in her body is screaming mine. No. No, no, no. Theron's eyes widen. For a moment, the legendary Alpha King looks as shocked as she feels. Then his expression shifts into something hungry and possessive that makes her wolf whine in confused arousal. Impossible, someone whispers. The king takes a step toward her. Luna scrambles backward, glass crunching under her feet. Don't. Her voice comes out smaller than she wants. Don't come near me. You're my. I'm not your anything. The room erupts. Wolves surge forward, everyone talking at once, but Luna only sees Isla's face contort with rage. The blonde moves faster than Luna expects, shifting mid-leap into a beautiful cream-colored wolf. Luna barely dodges. Claws rake across her shoulder, shredding what's left of her dress. Pain explodes through her arm, but she's used to pain. She rolls, shifts, comes up on 4 paws. Her wolf is smaller than Isla's. Thinner. Gray where Isla is cream and gold. Everything about Luna screams Omega, the weakest designation, the bottom of the hierarchy. Isla lunges again, teeth snapping for Luna's throat. But 3 years as a rogue teaches you things. Luna ducks under Isla's attack and goes for the legs, teeth finding the soft spot behind the knee. Isla yelps and rounds on her, snarling. Stop this. Derek's voice. Isla, stand down. Isla doesn't listen. She pins Luna against the marble floor, jaws closing toward her throat. Luna can smell her death, champagne and roses and rage. Then something inside Luna breaks. It's not breaking like shattering. It's breaking like a dam bursting, like chains snapping, like waking up from a nightmare you didn't know you were having. Power floods through her, cold and bright as moonlight. It pours from her skin in waves of silver light. Isla flies backward like she's been hit by a truck. She crashes into the altar, splintering the ceremonial wood. The silver light keeps expanding, pushing wolves back, making them bare their throats and whine. Even Derek drops to one knee. Luna shifts back to human form, naked and bleeding on the floor, completely surrounded by silver fire that doesn't burn. What? She stares at her own hands, glowing like she's swallowed the moon. What's happening to me? Lunar bloodline. Theron's voice is rough with awe. He's the only wolf in the room still standing. You carry the old blood. The first wolves. That's impossible, Derek says. She's Omega. She's weak. She was suppressed. An elderly woman pushes through the crowd, the pack's healer, ancient and bent. Her eyes are white with cataracts, but she sees more than most. By the gods, child. Someone bound your power when you were young. That's why you presented as Omega. Luna's legs give out. Theron moves, catching her before she hits the ground. His touch sends electricity through her skin, the mate bond flaring so hot it's almost painful. This close, she can smell him, pine and smoke and something wild that makes her wolf purr. Let go of me. She shoves at his chest. Might as well push a mountain. You're injured. I've been injured before. She forces herself to her feet, wrapping her arms around herself. The silver light is fading, leaving her cold and exposed. I just want my mother's necklace. Then I'll leave. You'll leave? Isla's back on her feet, blood dripping from her mouth. You'll leave? You destroyed my mating ceremony. You're the Alpha King's mate. You think we'll just let you walk out? I don't care what you'll let me do. Luna's voice is flat. I'm not staying in a place that threw me away like garbage. Luna. Derek steps forward, and there's something like regret in his eyes. I didn't know. If I'd known you had power, then you would have kept me. She laughs, bitter. That's exactly why I'm leaving. I'm not going to be wanted just because I'm suddenly useful. You don't have a choice. Isla wipes blood from her chin. The Alpha King has claimed you. You're his. I've claimed no one. Theron's voice drops to a growl that rattles the windows. Though I would speak with my mate. Alone. She's not going anywhere. Derek moves between them. Luna Ashwood is still a member of this pack. She's under my jurisdiction. You rejected her. Theron's eyes flash red. She's rogue. Which means she's under my jurisdiction as king. She came here to steal what was already hers. Luna's had enough. She spots her mother's moonstone on Derek's neck, hanging beside his mating medallion. Before anyone can stop her, she lunges forward and rips the necklace free. The chain breaks, scattering beads across the floor. Derek grabs her wrist. You little. He doesn't finish. Theron moves like death itself, catching Derek's arm and twisting until bone creaks. Touch her again, the Alpha King says softly, and I'll rip your throat out with my teeth. Derek releases her, gasping. Luna clutches the moonstone to her chest. It's warm, humming with familiar magic. The last piece of her mother she has left. This is what I came for, she says. Now I'm done. Guards. Isla shrieks. She's a thief. Stop her. 6 wolves block the exits. More shift, growling. Luna's heart sinks. She can fight, but not 20 wolves. Not in her condition. The power surge left her exhausted, and her shoulders still bleeding. Theron steps in front of her. Anyone who touches her, he says conversationally, will answer to me personally. I promise you won't enjoy it. The guards hesitate. Even Isla goes quiet. No one crosses the Alpha King. Your Majesty, Derek tries, surely you understand. I understand that my mate has been attacked in front of me. Theron's voice could freeze blood. I understand that you rejected her, stole from her, and allowed your pack to treat her as less than rogue. What I don't understand is why I shouldn't burn this entire hall to the ground. Silence. Then Luna touches his arm, just briefly, hating how right it feels. Don't. Please. Just let me go. He turns to her, and for a moment she sees past the monster to something almost human. Almost vulnerable. You want to leave? Yes. Even though we're mates. Especially because we're mates. She forces herself to hold his gaze. I was rejected once for being weak. I won't be claimed now for being powerful. I'm not anyone's prize. Something flickers in his eyes. Hurt, maybe. Or understanding. Then go, he says quietly. Luna doesn't wait. She runs for the nearest exit, wolves parting before her like water. Behind her, she hears Isla screaming protests, Derek calling her name. She doesn't look back. She makes it to the tree before her legs give out. The moonstone burns against her chest, and she can still feel the mate bond stretching between her and the Alpha King like a silver thread. She's free. So why does she feel like she just made the worst mistake of her life? Wanting to see what would happen next, subscribe to this channel to get to listen to more of our upcoming exciting stories. Click on the subscribe button now. Thank you. Chapter 2. Luna makes it exactly 3 miles before she realizes someone's following her. Not someone. Him. She can feel Theron through the mate bond like a compass pointing north, steady, relentless, getting closer. Her wolf whines, torn between the urge to run faster and the insane desire to turn around and go to him. Luna tells her wolf to shut up and keeps running. The Forbidden Woods earned their name. Even in daylight, the trees grow so thick that shadows pool between their roots like spilled ink. Ancient magic hums through the soil, the kind that predates pack law and territory markers. Rogues don't come here. Smart rogues, anyway. Luna's never been accused of being smart. Her shoulder throbs where Isla's claws caught her. The wound should be healing, wolf metabolism can handle most injuries, but the silver light that exploded out of her earlier drains something vital. She feels hollowed out, like a candle burned too long. The moonstone necklace bounces against her sternum as she runs. It's the only thing keeping her going. Her mother's face swims in her memory, gentle hands braiding Luna's hair, soft voice singing old songs about moon goddesses and first wolves. This necklace has been in our family for generations, her mother had whispered on her deathbed, pressing it into Luna's hands. It will show you what you truly are when the time comes. 3 weeks later, Derek rejected Luna at her presentation ceremony. Called her too weak to stand beside an alpha. The pack had laughed. And when Luna's mother died the next day, supposedly from grief, supposedly from a weak heart, no one questioned it. Luna had been too broken to question it herself. She'd just run. Now she knows better. Now she knows her mother didn't die from a broken heart. Someone killed her, and Luna's going to find out who. But first she has to survive the night. She bursts through a thicket and stumbles into a clearing. The moon hangs fat and almost full overhead, 3 nights from complete. Something about that bothers her, tugs at her instincts, but she's too tired to figure out why. You run fast for someone half dead. Luna spins. Theron leans against a tree at the clearing's edge, looking like he's been there for hours. He's changed out of his formal clothes into dark cargo pants and a tight black shirt that does nothing to hide the muscle underneath. His eyes glow silver in the moonlight. How did you? She gasps for breath. I didn't hear you. I'm the Alpha King. He says it like it explains everything. Maybe it does. Did you really think you could outrun me? I had to try. Why? He pushes off the tree, moving toward her with that predator grace. I let you go. I could have kept you there. Should have, by law. But I let you leave. Then why follow me? Because you're my mate. He says it simply, like it's the most obvious thing in the world. Because every instinct I have is screaming at me to protect you. Because you're bleeding and exhausted and running into the forbidden woods alone like you have a death wish. Luna backs up a step. I can take care of myself. Can you? His eyes drop to her shoulder, where blood's still seeping through her shredded dress. That wound should have healed an hour ago. I'm fine. You're a liar. But there's no heat in it, just statement of fact. He stops 10 feet away, giving her space. What happened back there, that power? You've never used it before, have you? Luna shakes her head. I didn't know I had it. My mother, she must have bound it when I was young. To protect me. From what? I don't know. But that's a lie too. Luna's starting to suspect she knows exactly what her mother was protecting her from. It doesn't matter now. She's dead. Something shifts in Theron's expression. I'm sorry. The simple sincerity in those two words nearly breaks her. Luna wraps her arms around herself, suddenly aware she's still wearing nothing but a torn, bloody bridesmaid dress. Why are you really here? I told you. The truth. She forces herself to meet his eyes. You're the Alpha King. You could have any mate you want. Why chase after a broken Omega you just met? Theron's quiet for a long moment. Then he does something she doesn't expect. He sits down in the grass, making himself smaller, less threatening. Because I don't have time to find another one. Luna frowns. What? The curse. He says it flatly, like talking about the weather. You felt it, didn't you? During the mate bond. Something wrong. She had. Underneath the connection, she'd sensed darkness, thick and oily and wrong. She'd thought it was just his reputation as a brutal king. What kind of curse? The kind that turns me into a mindless beast every full moon. He looks up at the sky, at the almost full moon. The kind that gets worse every cycle. The kind that means in 3 days, I'm going to lose control completely and destroy everything I've built. Luna's breath catches. That's why you've never taken a mate. Everyone thinks you're too cold, too brutal, but you're just trying not to murder anyone I care about. His smile is bitter. The curse was placed on me 10 years ago by a witch I wronged. It's tied to the moon, to my wolf. The only way to break it is through a mating bond with someone who carries lunar bloodline, someone with power over the moon itself. Someone like me. Someone exactly like you. He looks at her then, really looks at her, and she sees the desperation underneath the control. I've searched for years. There are rumors of lunar bloodlines, old families with the gift, but they've all died out or hidden themselves too well. Then tonight, you literally fell from the ceiling right in front of me. Luna laughs, slightly hysterical. Fate has a terrible sense of humor. I won't force you. Theron says it firmly. Even if you're my mate, even if I need you, I won't claim you against your will. I've done many terrible things, Luna, but I won't do that. She believes him. She doesn't know why, but she does. What happens if the curse isn't broken? I'll lose myself completely. Become something that can't be reasoned with or controlled. My beta will have to put me down like a rabid dog, and the kingdom will tear itself apart in the civil war that follows. He says it so calmly, like he's accepted it. 50,000 wolves will die because I couldn't break a curse. 50,000. The number sits heavy in Luna's chest. There has to be another way, she says. Some other cure. There isn't. I've tried everything. Blood magic, ancient rituals, bargaining with creatures that should stay in nightmares. The curse is bound too deep. It needs the mate bond to break it. The mate bond. Which means accepting him. Trusting him. Letting him touch her. Luna's chest tightens. She can still feel Derek's hands shoving her away, still hear his voice calling her worthless. The memory of his rejection lives in her bones, makes her skin crawl at the thought of being vulnerable again. I can't. The words come out broken. I can't be someone's mate. I can't. I know. Theron's voice is soft. I felt it through the bond. What he did to you. The trauma. Luna's cheeks burn. Then you know it's impossible. The curse needs a consummated bond, doesn't it? That's what all the old stories say. He nods slowly. I can barely let you stand near me without panicking. How am I supposed to? She can't finish the sentence. We have 3 days, Theron says. Maybe that's enough time. For what? To learn to trust each other. He stands, brushing grass from his pants. And to give you what you really want. Luna's eyes narrow. What I want? Revenge. He says it like he's offering her tea. You think your mother's death was natural. It wasn't. I could smell the lie on Derek when he spoke about you. There's a reason they wanted you gone, and it wasn't because you were weak. Luna's throat tightens. You can help me find out what really happened? I can help you destroy them. Theron's eyes flash red. You help me break this curse, and I'll give you the resources to take apart Derek's pack piece by piece. I'll help you uncover the truth about your mother. And when we're done, you can walk away if that's what you want. Walk away from a mate bond? I'll reject you myself if that's what it takes. The words seemed to cost him. I meant what I said, Luna. I won't force you to stay. But for the next 3 days, we work together. A bargain. Luna's mind races. This is insane. She should keep running, disappear into the rogue lands where no one can find her. But the moonstone is warm against her skin, and she can hear her mother's voice. Find out the truth. Make them pay. If I agree, she says slowly, we do this my way. You don't push me. You don't touch me without permission. And when this is over, you're free. Theron holds out his hand. You have my word as Alpha King. Luna stares at his hand. This is a mistake. Every instinct tells her not to trust an alpha, especially not one this powerful. But 50,000 wolves will die if she doesn't help him. And she'll never know what really happened to her mother. She takes his hand. The mate bond flares between them, warm and electric. Luna gasps, feeling the full force of it for the first time, his strength, his darkness, his desperate need to protect what's his. Underneath it all, she feels the curse coiled around his soul like barbed wire. 3 days, she whispers. 3 days. They stand there, hands clasped, while the moon watches overhead. Then Luna hears it, the sound of branches breaking, multiple sets of footsteps surrounding the clearing. Theron's instantly alert, pulling her behind him. Rogues. They emerge from the treeline, 8 wolves, all feral-eyed and hungry. Rogues driven mad by years without pack bonds, reduced to creatures who only know hunger and violence. The largest one, a scarred male with one eye, grins with too many teeth. Look what we have here. The Alpha King, all alone in the Forbidden Woods. Someone's going to pay good money for your head. Someone hired you? Theron's voice is deadly calm. Didn't ask questions. Just took the silver. One eye circles them, sniffing. Though the girl's a bonus. She smells, powerful. Might keep her for ourselves. Luna's wolf snarls. Her power stirs, but she's too drained to call it up. She can barely stand. Theron doesn't shift. He just smiles, and it's the most terrifying thing Luna's ever seen. Last chance to run, he says softly. The rogues attack. What happens next, Luna will have nightmares about for weeks. Theron moves like death itself, faster than should be possible, stronger than physics allows. He catches the first rogue mid-leap and breaks its neck with a casual twist. The second loses its throat before it can howl. The third gets too close to Luna. Theron's roar shakes the trees. He shifts mid-movement, his wolf even more terrifying than his human form, massive and black as midnight, with eyes that burn red. Not silver. Red. The curse. Luna watches in horror as Theron tears through the remaining rogues. There's no strategy, no control. Just pure, brutal violence. When the last rogue falls, Theron doesn't stop. He rounds on the corpses, snarling, ready to tear them apart again. Theron. Luna shouts. Stop. They're dead. He doesn't hear her. The red eyes fix on her instead, and for a terrifying moment, Luna thinks he doesn't recognize her. Then something shifts, a flicker of silver in the red, a moment of recognition. Theron shifts back, gasping. Blood covers his hands, his chest. Luna. It's okay. She keeps her voice steady even though she's shaking. You stopped. You recognized me. This time. He's trembling now, reaction setting in. Next time, I might not. The curse is getting worse. During the full moon, I won't be able to stop it all. Luna looks at the carnage around them. 8 dead rogues. Theron didn't just kill them, he obliterated them. How long do we have? She asks quietly. 3 days until the full moon. He wipes blood from his face. 3 days until I become a monster who can't tell friend from foe. 3 days to break a curse that requires complete trust and physical intimacy, when Luna can barely let him touch her without panic attacks. 3 days to figure out who hired rogues to attack them. 3 days to uncover the truth about her mother's death. We should move, Luna says. More might come. There's a safe house 2 miles north. My beta knows about it, he stops. My beta. What? Marcus is the only one who knew I'd be at that ceremony tonight. The only one who knew my route. Theron's face goes dark. If those rogues knew to find me here, someone told them. Someone close. Luna's stomach drops. You think your beta betrayed you? I think someone wants me to stay cursed. Theron looks at her, and she sees fear in his eyes for the first time. Someone who benefits from the Alpha King being powerless. They stare at each other as the truth sinks in. This isn't just about breaking a curse. Someone's actively trying to ensure Theron stays cursed, which means they'll do anything to keep Luna away from him. We need to disappear, Luna says. Go somewhere no one knows about. I have a place. An old hunting cabin my father built before he died. It's not in any records, not on any maps. Theron hesitates. But it's small. 1 room. We'll be close. Luna's chest tightens at the thought, but she nods. Better than being hunted. As they start moving through the woods, Luna feels the mate bond thrumming between them. She's agreed to help break the curse. Which means somehow, in the next 3 days, she needs to overcome trauma that's lived in her bones for 3 years. She touches the moonstone at her throat, feeling its warmth. I hope you knew what you were doing, Mama, she thinks. I hope this power was worth dying for. Behind them, One Eye's corpse lies in the grass, a small object clutched in his dead hand. A communication stone, still glowing faintly. Miles away, in Derek's pack house, a matching stone pulses on Marcus's desk. The beta reads the message that came through before the rogues died, found them. Forbidden Woods. Heading north. Marcus crushes the stone in his fist and reaches for his phone. It's done, he says when someone answers. They're together, and they trust each other. Just like you wanted. A woman's laugh echoes through the line, cold and familiar. Perfect. Now we can begin the real game. The line goes dead. Marcus sits in the darkness of his office, staring at nothing, and wonders if he's made a deal with something far worse than any curse. If you're still listening to this story up to this point, why don't you subscribe to this channel to continue getting impactful daily stories like this? We would be most grateful if you can do that to help boost this video to reach everyone. Thank you. Chapter 3. The hunting cabin is smaller than Luna expected and older than anything she's ever seen. Stone walls covered in moss rise from the forest floor like they grew there naturally. Runes are carved deep into the doorframe, protection wards so ancient Luna can feel their power humming against her skin. When Theron pushes open the wooden door, dust motes dance in the moonlight streaming through gaps in the roof. "My father built this 300 years ago," Theron says, lighting an oil lamp. Warm light floods the single room, revealing a space that's surprisingly intact. A large bed frame in one corner, a fireplace, shelves lined with rotting books. Back when kings still had to hide from their enemies. Luna steps inside, acutely aware of how small the space is. One room. One bed. Theron, close enough to touch. Her wolf purrs. Luna tells her wolf to shut up. "There's a stream out back," Theron continues, not looking at her. "Fresh water. I'll hunt in the morning. The wards will hide us from tracking magic, but we should still be careful." "How long can we stay?" "As long as we need." He finally meets her eyes. 3 days until the full moon. We use that time to figure out how to break this curse without. He trails off. "Without me having a complete breakdown when you touch me," Luna finishes silently. She moves to the shelves, desperate for distraction. The books are ancient, hand-bound leather covers, pages yellow with age. She pulls one down carefully, and the title makes her breath catch. "Lunar Bloodlines, A History of the First Wolves." "Theron." Her voice shakes. "These books. My father collected them." He's beside her now, close enough that she can feel his warmth. "Everything he could find about lunar magic, old bloodlines, the first wolves. I've read them all, searching for a way to break the curse." Luna opens the book with trembling hands. The pages are covered in elegant script and detailed illustrations, wolves with silver light pouring from their fur, priestesses calling down the moon, temples built from starlight. And there, on page 37, is her mother's face. Luna's knees give out. Theron catches her, his hands steady on her arms, and for once she doesn't pull away. She can't. She's staring at an illustration of a woman who looks exactly like the face in her memories, the same dark hair, the same gentle eyes. "Celeste Ashwood," Luna reads aloud, her voice cracking. "High Priestess of the Lunar Temple. Last known guardian of the Moonborn Prophecy. Status, missing, presumed dead. Your mother was a priestess?" Theron's voice is soft with understanding. "She never told me." Luna's hands shake as she turns the page. "She said our family was normal. Just another small pack in the territories. She said." The next page shows the temple. Massive and beautiful, built from white stone that glows in the moonlight. And beneath it, text that makes Luna's heart stop. "The Lunar Temple was destroyed 20 years ago in an attack by Alpha Marcus Thornwood of the Western Pack. All priestesses were killed. Only one escaped, the High Priestess, who vanished with her infant daughter and the sacred prophecy. Marcus Thornwood." Luna's voice is hollow. "Derek's father." Theron's grip on her arms tightens. "Luna. He killed them. Derek's father killed all of them." The room spins. "And my mother ran. She gave up everything, hid what she was, bound my power, all to keep me safe from him. But it wasn't enough." Luna sees it now with horrifying clarity. Marcus Thornwood spent 20 years hunting them. And when he finally found them, when Luna was old enough to present as a wolf, he made sure she'd be weak, rejected, cast out. "Derek rejected me on his father's orders," Luna whispers. "It wasn't about me being weak. They wanted me isolated, broken. Easier to kill. But your mother died first." Luna's head snaps up. "What?" Theron's eyes are dark with fury. "Think about the timing. Your mother dies the day after your rejection. Convenient, isn't it? They couldn't kill you both at once, too suspicious. So they took her first, made it look natural, planned to finish you later. But I ran. Luna's chest is too tight. I disappeared before they could complete it. And that's why Derek came after you now. That's why they want you dead so badly. Theron turns her gently to face him. Luna, what prophecy was your mother guarding? With shaking hands, Luna turns more pages. The prophecy is near the back, written in silver ink that still shimmers. When the moon bleeds red and the king wears chains. When the weak rise strong and the proud meet pain. A lunar child born of shadow and shame shall either save the wolf kind or end their reign. By her choice shall kingdoms rise or fall. By her power shall we stand or lose it all. Luna reads it 3 times. 4. The words don't change. I'm the lunar child, she says numbly. Born during my mother's shame, she gave up being a priestess for love. Born weak, in shadow. And I have the power to save wolfkind or destroy it. No wonder they want you dead. Theron's voice is grim. A prophecy like that, with power like yours, you're either the greatest hope or the greatest threat the wolves have ever seen. Luna laughs, slightly hysterical. I can barely control my power. I can't even maintain a shift for more than an hour without exhausting myself. How am I supposed to save or destroy anyone? Because you're untrained. Theron gestures to the books. Your mother bound your power but never taught you to use it. You're like a dam that's been holding back a river for 18 years. The power's there, you just don't know how to channel it. Can you teach me? I can try. He moves to clear space in the center of the room. But Luna, you need to understand something. This kind of power, lunar magic, it's tied to emotion. To trust. To vulnerability. Everything you struggle with. Of course it is. The universe has a sick sense of humor. Show me anyway, Luna says, setting the book aside. We have 3 days. I need to know what I am. They train through the night. At first, Luna can barely summon a spark. Her power flickers and dies, responding to her frustration by withdrawing deeper. Theron circles her patiently, his voice steady. Stop trying to force it. Lunar magic isn't about strength, it's about surrender. Let it flow through you. Easy for you to say, Luna snaps. Your power responds to dominance. Mine apparently requires me to have feelings. You have plenty of feelings. Theron's lips quirk. You're broadcasting them through the mate bond right now. Frustration. Fear. Anger at your mother for not preparing you better. Luna flinches. Stay out of my head. It's not your head I'm reading, it's your heart. He stops in front of her. That's what you need to access. Not your mind, not your will. Your heart. My heart is broken, Luna says flatly. I know. Theron's voice gentles. But broken things still work. Sometimes they work better because they understand pain. He holds out his hand. Trust me. Just for a moment. Luna stares at his hand like it's a trap. Which it is, in a way. Trusting him means opening herself to hurt. Means being vulnerable. Means everything her trauma screams at her to avoid. But 50,000 wolves will die if she doesn't. She takes his hand. The mate bond flares immediately, not painful, but intense. Luna gasps as Theron's emotions flood through the connection. She expects dominance, possession, the typical alpha need to claim and control. Instead she feels his fear. His desperate hope. His bone-deep loneliness that mirrors her own. I've been alone for 10 years, Theron whispers, his thumb brushing her wrist. Ever since the curse. I couldn't risk letting anyone close, couldn't take a mate, couldn't trust anyone enough to show weakness. And then you fell through that ceiling and everything changed. Theron. You don't have to love me. You don't even have to like me. His silver eyes hold hers. But for 3 days, can you trust me enough to let me help you? Luna wants to say no. Wants to run. But his hand is warm in hers, and through the bond she feels the truth of his words. He's just as scared as she is. Just as broken. Yes, she breathes. The power comes. It starts as a tingle in her chest, spreading outward like dawn. Silver light blooms from her skin, soft and cool as moonlight. It doesn't explode this time, it flows, responding to the connection between them, to the vulnerability she's finally allowing herself to feel. Theron smiles, and it transforms his face from terrifying to beautiful. There you are. They spend hours like that, hands clasped, Luna learning to call and release her power in gentle waves instead of violent bursts. Theron guides her through it with endless patience, never pushing, never demanding more than she can give. As dawn approaches, Luna collapses onto the bed, exhausted but exhilarated. I did it. I actually controlled it. You're a fast learner. Theron hands her water from the stream. Though we'll need to work on duration. You can only maintain it for a few minutes before burning out. Better than nothing. Luna drinks deeply, aware of how domestic this feels, him caring for her, the easy comfort between them. Dangerous. Tell me about the curse. How exactly does it work? Theron's expression shudders. You don't want to know. I do. If I'm going to help break it, I need to understand what we're dealing with. He's quiet for a long moment. Then he sits on the edge of the bed, careful to keep distance between them. The curse was placed 10 years ago. I was different then. More arrogant. More brutal. I thought being Alpha King meant crushing everyone who opposed me. What changed? My brother. The words sound like they're being dragged from him. Cain was younger by 2 years. Weaker. He always resented that I got the throne just for being born first. So he found a witch, a powerful one, and made a deal. She'd curse me, I'd lose control, and Cain would have to kill me to save the kingdom. Luna's chest tightens. But you survived. I killed him first. Theron's voice is hollow. During my first transformation. I didn't know what I was doing, didn't recognize him. When I came back to myself, Cain was dead and the witch was gone. She'd gotten what she wanted, payment from Cain and entertainment watching us destroy each other. That's not your fault. Isn't it? He looks at her with haunted eyes. I was a monster long before the curse. Cain had reasons to hate me. Maybe I deserve this. No one deserves to be cursed. Luna reaches out without thinking, her hand covering his. The touch sends electricity through the bond, but she doesn't pull away. You've spent 10 years trying to break it. That's not the action of someone who deserves punishment. Theron stares at their joined hands like he can't believe they're real. I've done terrible things, Luna. Things that would make you run if you knew. I've done terrible things too. She thinks of the rogues she killed to survive, the wolves she hurt to protect herself. We're all monsters in our own way. The question is whether we try to be better. And you think I'm trying? You let me go when you could have kept me. You're giving me a choice when you could take what you need. Luna squeezes his hand. That's more than most alphas would do. They sit in the growing dawn light, hands clasped, the mate bond humming between them. It should feel awkward. Instead it feels right in a way that terrifies Luna more than any curse. We should sleep, Theron says finally. You're exhausted, and we have more training tonight. The bed's big enough to share. The words are out before Luna can stop them. Then, at his sharp look, just sleep. I'm not ready for anything else. But I think I can handle being in the same bed. It's a test and they both know it. If she can sleep beside him, maybe she can eventually do more. Maybe she can break through the trauma enough to complete the bond. Theron nods slowly. I'll stay on top of the blankets. You can have the pillows. They arrange themselves carefully, Luna under the worn quilt, Theron lying rigid on top of it, a careful foot of space between them. The morning sun slants through the broken roof, painting them in gold and shadow. Thank you, Luna whispers. For being patient with me. Thank you for trying. Theron's voice is rough. Sleep, Luna. I'll keep watch. She wants to argue that he needs rest too, but exhaustion drags her under before she can form the words. Luna dreams of the temple. She's 5 years old, holding her mother's hand as they walk through halls of white stone that glow in the moonlight. Other priestesses smile at her, their robes shimmering silver. Everything feels safe, warm, loved. Then the dream shifts. Fire. Screaming. Her mother running with Luna clutched to her chest, the smell of smoke and blood choking them both. Behind them, a man with Derek's eyes, Marcus Thornwood, stands in the burning temple with a scroll in his hands. The prophecy is mine, he snarls. And your daughter will never live to fulfill it. Her mother's voice, desperate, bind her power. Hide what she is. They must never know. The dream fractures. Luna's older now, 18, standing in Derek's pack house as he rejects her. But now she sees what she missed, Marcus whispering to his son, guiding the rejection, ensuring Luna would be broken enough to control or kill. No one will ever want you, Derek says, and Marcus smiles behind him. Luna jolts awake, gasping. She's not alone. Theron's arms are around her, pulling her against his chest, his voice a low rumble against her ear. Shoo. You're safe. Just a nightmare. You're safe. She should panic. Should pull away. Instead, Luna finds herself turning into his embrace, pressing her face against his shoulder, breathing in his scent of pine and smoke. The mate bond wraps around them both, warm and secure. They killed her, Luna chokes out. Marcus killed my mother, and Derek helped him. They were always planning to destroy me. I know. Theron's hand moves in slow circles on her back. I'm sorry. I want them to pay. The words come out vicious. I want Derek's pack burned to the ground. I want Marcus to suffer the way my mother suffered. We'll make them pay. Theron's voice drops to something dark and dangerous. I promise you, Luna. When this is over, we'll destroy everyone who hurt you. Luna pulls back enough to look at him. His eyes are silver in the dim light, his expression fierce with protective rage. For the first time since Derek's rejection, she feels something crack open in her chest, the possibility of being wanted not for her power or her bloodline, but just for herself. Theron, she whispers. I think I. The door explodes inward. They roll apart as 5 wolves flood into the cabin, all wearing the insignia of the Wolf Council. The lead wolf shifts to human form, revealing a man in his 50s with cold eyes and a familiar smirk. Alpha King Theron, he says smoothly. And the rogue Omega who attacked Derek Thornwood's mating ceremony. How convenient to find you together. Theron's on his feet instantly, putting himself between Luna and the council wolves. Councilman Thornwood. What a surprise. Luna's blood runs cold. Thornwood. Derek's uncle. The head of the Wolf Council is family to the man who killed her mother. No surprise at all, Councilman Thornwood says. We've been tracking you since the ceremony. Derek reported that this rogue attacked his bride and assaulted him. That's a death sentence under pack law. She's not rogue, Theron growls. She's my mate. So we heard. Interesting timing, isn't it? Thornwood's smile is poisonous. The legendary Alpha King, cursed to die at the full moon, suddenly finds his mate in the one girl who can save him. And she just happens to be wanted for assault. Convenient. You rigged this. Luna's voice shakes with rage. Your family killed my mother. You've been hunting me my entire life. And now you've rigged the Wolf Council to finish what your brother started. Such wild accusations. But Thornwood's eyes glitter with satisfaction. I'm just here to uphold the law. This rogue attacked a pack alpha. She must face justice. Touch her and die, Theron says softly. Will you fight the entire Wolf Council? Thornwood gestures, and more wolves appear in the doorway. 10. 15. 20. Will you risk losing control before the full moon? We've all heard about your curse, your majesty. One wrong move and you'll kill everyone here, including your precious mate. Luna sees Theron's hands trembling, sees the red bleeding into his silver eyes. The curse is already responding to his rage, trying to take over. If he shifts, if he fights, he'll lose himself. And he knows it. Don't, Luna breathes. Theron, please. Don't fight them. I can't let them take you. You have to. She forces herself to step away from him, even though every instinct screams to stay close. If you lose control now, you'll kill innocent wolves. The council soldiers, they're just following orders. They don't deserve to die. Luna. I'll surrender. She raises her hands, looking at Thornwood. I'll go with you. Just let him go. Thornwood's smile widens. How noble. But I'm afraid the Alpha King is under arrest too. Harboring a criminal, interfering with council business. We'll need to take you both into custody. The hell you will, Theron snarls. The red in his eyes is spreading. Luna can feel the curse through the bond, dark and hungry, eager for violence. In seconds, he'll transform. And when he does, everyone in this cabin will die. She has to choose. Surrender herself and hope Theron can escape. Or let him fight and watch him become the monster he's feared for 10 years. Then Luna sees it, carved into the doorframe behind Thornwood. One of her mother's protection runes is glowing faintly. And she remembers what the book said about lunar priestesses. They could channel the moon's power through any blessed object, any sacred space. This cabin is sacred. Theron's father built it as a sanctuary. Luna calls her power. Silver light explodes from her, but this time it doesn't just come from her skin, it pours from the walls, the floor, every rune carved into this ancient place. The power slams into the council wolves like a tidal wave, sending them flying backward out the door. Run! Luna screams at Theron. But more wolves are coming. She can hear them crashing through the forest, dozens of them. The council brought an army. And standing behind them, watching from the shadows with a familiar, terrible smile, is someone who should be dead. Theron sees him too. His face goes white. Cain, he breathes. But I killed you. The man who looks exactly like Theron, same dark hair, same silver eyes, steps into the moonlight. Did you, brother? Or did you just assume? You always were arrogant that way. Luna's power flickers and dies. She's drained too much, too fast. Councilman Thornwood gets to his feet, brushing off his suit. I believe you've met your brother, Your Majesty. He's been working with us for quite some time now. You cursed me, Theron says, his voice hollow. You wanted me dead. I wanted you powerless. Cain's smile is cold. And it worked. For 10 years you've been weak, desperate, clinging to your throne by your fingernails. Now you've finally found your mate, the one person who can break the curse. His eyes slide to Luna. Which is why she has to die. Tonight. The full moon rises overhead, one night early, pulled by the dark magic saturating the forest. Theron's eyes flash red as the curse takes hold. And Luna realizes they've walked into a trap far worse than she imagined. If you're still listening to this story up to this point, why don't you subscribe to this channel to continue getting impactful daily stories like this? We would be most grateful if you can do that to help boost this video to reach everyone. Thank you. Chapter 4. Luna's power gives out like a candle in a hurricane. She collapses to her knees, gasping, as the silver light dies. The council wolves recover quickly, circling the cabin with weapons drawn. Through the mate bond, she feels Theron fighting the curse, feels the red drowning out the silver in his eyes, feels his control slipping like sand through fingers. Don't fight, Luna rasps, though it kills her to say it. Theron, please. If you transform now, you'll kill everyone. Including me. That gets through to him. The red recedes slightly as Theron forces himself still, every muscle trembling with the effort of holding back the beast. Cain laughs, cold and sharp as breaking ice. How touching. The great Alpha King, reduced to begging his cursed wolf to behave. He moves closer, and the resemblance to Theron is uncanny except for his eyes. Where Theron's hold warmth beneath the silver, Cain's are empty. Dead. You always were weak when it came to caring about others, brother. That's why you'll never be the king our father wanted. Father wanted a leader, not a monster, Theron grits out. Father wanted power. Cain's voice turns vicious. He wanted someone who could make the hard choices, who wouldn't flinch from doing what's necessary. Instead he got you, a sentimental fool playing at being king. Councilman Thornwood clears his throat. Fascinating family drama, but we have a schedule to keep. Seize them both. Luna tries to run, but her legs won't cooperate. She's drained everything, there's nothing left. Council wolves grab her arms, hauling her up, and through the bond she feels Theron's rage spike. Don't hurt her. His voice cracks with desperation. Oh, we won't hurt her, Cain says pleasantly. She's far too valuable. The lunar Omega who can either save or destroy wolfkind? We have such plans for her. His smile turns predatory. Once she's properly remade, of course. Luna's blood runs cold. What does that mean? The prophecy was quite clear, wasn't it? Cain pulls a scroll from his coat, ancient parchment that makes Luna's moonstone burn hot against her skin. A lunar child born of shadow and shame, broken and remade. You've been broken, little Omega. Derek did excellent work there. Now comes the remaking. Derek was working for you. Luna's voice is hollow. The rejection, you arranged it. Every piece of it. Cain sounds proud. We needed you isolated, traumatized, desperate. Needed your power locked away until the right moment. Your mother did half the work by binding you, bless her paranoid heart. Derek just had to finish breaking you. Theron snarls, red bleeding back into his eyes. I'll kill you. I'll tear you apart. You'll do nothing. Thornwood nods, and two wolves inject something into Theron's neck. He gasps, staggers, his legs giving out. Wolfsbane concentrate. Won't kill you, but it'll keep you docile until we get you to the prison. No. Luna struggles against her captors. What are you doing to him? Saving him from himself, Cain says mockingly. The full moon's in 3 days, brother. Without your mate to break the curse, you'll finally become the mindless beast you've always feared. And when you do, the council will have no choice but to execute you for the safety of the kingdom. He crouches in front of Theron, who's barely conscious. I'll take good care of your throne. And your mate. Luna sees murder in Theron's eyes before the wolfsbane drags him under. They're separated immediately. Theron's hauled away by a dozen guards while Luna's thrown into a reinforced transport cage. The silver bars burn her skin, nullifying what little power she has left. Where are you taking me? She demands. Somewhere special, Thornwood says, locking the cage. Somewhere you can think about your choices. You have 3 days to decide, Miss Ashwood. Mate with Cain and gain unimaginable power, or watch Theron die at the full moon. Choose wisely. The transport lurches forward. Through the bars, Luna watches the cabin disappear into the forest, their sanctuary, their brief moment of safety, gone. The council's prison is a fortress carved into a mountain. They drag Luna through stone corridors lit by torches, past cells holding wolves who've committed crimes against pack law. Some snarl at her. Others just stare with hollow eyes. Luna memorizes every turn, every guard position, every weakness. If she's going to escape, she needs to know this place inside and out. They throw her into a cell at the end of the corridor, cold stone, a cot with a thin blanket, a bucket in the corner. The door slams shut with a finality that makes Luna's chest tight. She's alone. Except she's not. Well, A familiar voice comes from the cell next to hers. If it isn't the Omega who ruined my mating ceremony. Luna moves to the bars separating their cells. Isla sits on her own cot, looking nothing like the perfect Beta's daughter from the ceremony. Her blonde hair is tangled, her dress torn, a bruise purpling her cheek. What are you doing here? Luna asks. Same as you, I imagine. Being punished for inconvenient truths. Isla laughs bitterly. My father's been working with Cain for years. When you crashed the ceremony, when Theron claimed you, I made the mistake of questioning why we were really there. Why my father insisted I mate Derek when I told him I didn't want to. Luna's eyes narrow. You didn't want to mate Derek? Gods, no. Isla touches her bruised cheek. Derek's handsome enough, but he's weak. Cruel to cover his insecurity, desperate for his father's approval. I wanted to choose my own mate, maybe travel first, but my father said Beta daughters don't get choices. We get strategic alliances. Despite everything, Luna feels a flicker of sympathy. So they imprisoned you for having an opinion? They imprisoned me for becoming a liability. I know too much about Cain's plans, about the wolves working with him. Isla meets Luna's eyes. I know about the prophecy. About what they did to your mother. Luna's throat tightens. Tell me. Your mother escaped the temple with you and the prophecy scroll. Marcus Thornwood hunted her for 20 years, but she was careful. Powerful. She could have fought back, could have destroyed him, but she had you to protect. Isla's voice softens. So she bound your power, hid among rogues, changed her name. When you were old enough to present, she thought you'd be safe if you presented weak. That Marcus would lose interest. But he didn't. No. Because Cain found the second half of the prophecy, the part your mother never told anyone. Isla grips the bars between their cells. The lunar Omega doesn't just save or destroy wolfkind through her choice. She does it through her mate. Whoever she bonds with will gain access to her power. Together, they'll be unstoppable. Luna's stomach drops. That's why Cain wants me. Not just to keep Theron cursed, but to claim me himself. He'll force the bond if he has to. And once he has your power combined with his claim to the throne. Isla trails off. He'll be emperor, not king. He'll crush every pack that opposes him. Your mother knew this. That's why she died protecting the prophecy. She didn't just die. Luna's voice cracks. Marcus killed her. Made it look like grief, like a weak heart, but he poisoned her. I know he did. He did. Isla's eyes are sad. I heard my father and Marcus talking about it. They used wolfsbane in her tea, slow-acting enough that no one would suspect. By the time you were rejected and broken, she was already dying. They just waited for the rejection to finish her. Luna slides down to sit against the stone wall, her mother's moonstone heavy against her chest. All those years, she blamed herself. Thought her weakness killed her mother. But it was murder. Calculated, cold-blooded murder. Why are you telling me this? Luna asks quietly. Because I'm tired of being a pawn. Isla mirrors her position, sitting against her own wall. Because my father traded me like property and threw me away when I stopped being useful. Because if there's going to be a war, I want to be on the right side for once. And you think I'm the right side? I think you're the only one who gives a damn about more than power. Isla's smile is wry. You could have let Theron keep you. Could have accepted the mate bond immediately and gained safety, protection, status. Instead you ran because you were afraid. That's more honest than anything I've seen from the wolves who claim to rule us. They sit in silence for a moment. Then Luna asks the question that's been eating at her. Did you know? About Derek rejecting me on his father's orders? Not until after. Isla sounds genuinely regretful. Derek bragged about it once when he was drunk. Said his father promised him a better mate if he got rid of you first. Said you were too weak to be worth keeping, but he had to make sure you were destroyed completely so you wouldn't become a problem later. He succeeded. Luna's voice is flat. Did he? Isla challenges. Because from where I'm sitting, you survived 3 years as a rogue, crashed his ceremony, revealed power no one knew you had, and caught the attention of the Alpha King himself. That doesn't sound destroyed to me. Luna wants to believe her. Wants to think she's more than the broken Omega Derek made her. But the trauma lives in her bones, makes her flinch at kindness and trust feel like a trap. How do we get out of here? She asks instead. Isla grins. Now you're asking the right questions. They spend hours planning. Isla knows the prison layout. Her father brought her here once as a lesson in pack justice. Luna knows Theron's warriors, the ones who'll come for him. Together, they map out weak points, guard rotations, where Theron might be held. The full moon's in 3 days, Isla says. They'll keep him in the deep cells until then. Maximum security, 24-hour guard, Wolfsbane pumped through the air to keep him weak. Can you break through Wolfsbane? No. Luna touches her moonstone. But this can. It's blessed by lunar priestesses. My mother said it would protect me when the time came. Then we wait for the rescue. Isla settles on her cot. Theron will come for you. Mates always do. But will he come in time? Luna feels the mate bond stretched thin between them, feels Theron's pain through the Wolfsbane haze. 3 days. They have 3 days to break a curse that requires complete trust and physical intimacy, and Luna can barely let him touch her without panic. She's going to fail him. Just like she failed her mother. Luna curls up on the cot, clutching the moonstone, and lets herself cry. The rescue comes 2 days later, at midnight. Luna wakes to the sound of fighting, snarls and screams echoing through the prison. The guards outside her cell abandon their posts, running toward the chaos. Through the mate bond, she feels Theron like a wildfire approaching. He's here, Luna breathes. Told you. Isla's already at her bars. Mates always come. The fighting gets closer. Luna hears wolves dying, hears the wet sound of flesh tearing. Then she feels it, the curse, the red rage, but different this time. Controlled. Focused. Theron rounds the corner in his wolf form, massive and black, eyes burning red but seeing. Behind him, his warriors flow like a dark tide, cutting through council guards. He's not mindless. He's not lost. He's magnificent. Theron shifts to human form, naked and covered in blood, and Luna's never seen anything more beautiful. His eyes find hers through the bars, still red, but clear. Aware. Luna. His voice is rough. Stand back. She does. Theron grips the silver bars and tears them apart, ignoring the way they burn his hands. Then she's in his arms, and the mate bond sings so loud it drowns out everything else. You controlled it, Luna gasps. The curse, you controlled it. For you. Theron buries his face in her hair. Knowing you needed me, that you were in danger, it gave me focus. Purpose. I'm still cursed, still dangerous, but I can hold it back. For you. Luna wants to cry. Wants to kiss him. Wants to do 100 things she's still too scared to do. Theron, she manages. Isla. We need to free Isla. He pulls back, confused, but Luna's already explaining. Theron's warriors break open Isla's cell, and the Beta's daughter emerges with fire in her eyes. Where's my father? She asks. Fighting the council at the north gate. Theron hands Luna his jacket, and she pulls it on gratefully. We need to move. More guards are coming. They run through the prison, Theron's warriors surrounding them protectively. Luna feels the mate bond thrumming with power. Theron's control over the curse is tentative, held together by sheer will and desperation. It won't last. They're almost to the exit when Derek appears. He stands in the corridor, blocking their path, and Luna's whole body tenses. But Derek doesn't attack. He just stares at her with something like horror in his eyes. Luna. Her name comes out broken. I heard what Cain said. What he revealed. About the prophecy, about my father's orders, about what they made me do to you. Get out of our way, Theron growls, red bleeding into his eyes. Wait. Derek holds up his hands. Please. I'm not here to fight. I'm here to, he chokes on the words. I'm here to apologize. Luna laughs, bitter and sharp. Apologize? You rejected me. You destroyed me. You stood by while they killed my mother. And now you want to apologize? I know. Derek's face crumples. I know I don't deserve forgiveness. I know what I did was, his voice breaks. Luna, when I rejected you, were you? He can't finish. But Luna sees it in his eyes, sees the terrible realization dawning. How do you know? She whispers. Your scent. Even now, years later, I can smell it on you. The ghost of it. Derek's shaking. You were pregnant. When I rejected you. You were carrying my child. The world stops. Isla gasps. Theron goes very, very still. And Luna feels the old wound tear open, the one she's kept buried for 3 years, the one she never told anyone about. I didn't know, she says numbly. Not until after. I was sick for weeks, thought it was just the rejection breaking me. By the time I realized. Her hand moves to her stomach unconsciously. The trauma was too much. I was too weak, too broken. I lost the baby alone in a ditch, bleeding and crying, with no one to help me. Derek makes a sound like he's been gutted. Luna. You don't get to feel guilty. Luna's voice could cut glass. You don't get to be horrified now. You made your choice. You threw me away like garbage, and you never looked back. The fact that I was pregnant? That's just the cherry on top of your cruelty. I didn't know. Tears stream down Derek's face. Gods, Luna, I didn't know. If I had. You still would have done it. Luna steps forward, and she sees Derek flinch. Good. Because your father told you to. Because you're weak and desperate for approval. Because I was convenient to sacrifice. You're right. Derek's shoulders shake. You're right about all of it. I'm a monster. I'm weak. I don't deserve forgiveness or mercy or anything but your hatred. Then you'll get exactly that. Luna turns away from him. Stay out of my way, Derek. I have a curse to break and a kingdom to save. You're not part of that story anymore. They leave him there, broken and sobbing. Theron's arm wraps around Luna's waist, supporting her as they run. Through the bond, she feels his rage at Derek, his protectiveness of her, but also his fear. Fear that she's still connected to Derek. Fear that history will always stand between them. They burst out of the prison into moonlight. The full moon rises tomorrow. 1 day left to break the curse. 1 day left to overcome trauma that just got ripped wide open again. Theron's control slips, just for a second, and Luna feels the curse surge. He forces it back down, gasping. Luna, he says urgently. We're out of time. The moon. I know. She clutches his hand. I know what we have to do. But as they flee into the forest with Cain's forces hunting them, Luna wonders if knowing is enough. Can she really give herself to Theron completely when Derek's ghost still haunts her? When the memory of losing a child she never got to meet still bleeds fresh? The mate bond pulses between them, desperate, hungry, running out of time. Tomorrow night, either Luna overcomes her trauma and completes the bond, or Theron becomes a monster forever. And somewhere in the shadows, Cain laughs. If you're still listening to this story up to this point, why don't you subscribe to this channel to continue getting impactful daily stories like this? We would be most grateful if you can do that to help boost this video to reach everyone. Thank you. Chapter 5. The full moon rises like a judge's verdict. Luna watches it crest the mountains from the war room of Theron's fortress, her heart hammering against her ribs. Around her, warriors prepare for battle, sharpening weapons, checking armor, saying goodbyes to loved ones they might not see again. The air tastes like metal and fear. Reports coming in from the eastern border. Marcus, Theron's loyal Marcus, not the traitor, spreads a map across the table. Kane's forces are moving. 300 wolves, maybe more. Derek's pack is with them, but our scouts say they look coerced. Collared. Slave collars. Theron's voice is rough. He stands at the window, silhouetted against the rising moon, and Luna can see him fighting. The curse writhes under his skin, eager for the full moon's power. Red bleeds into his silver eyes every few seconds before he forces it back. Kane's using blood magic to control them. Can we break the collars? Isla asks. She's dressed for battle now, leather armor, twin blades at her hips. In 2 days, she's transformed from a broken prisoner to a warrior. Luna's grateful to have her here. Only by killing the one who placed them, Theron says. Which means Kane himself. Then that's what we do. Luna moves to stand beside him, ignoring how his whole body tenses at her proximity. The mate bond is a live wire between them, desperate, hungry, running out of time. We end this tonight. Luna. Theron's voice drops low enough that only she can hear. If we can't complete the bond before midnight, I'll lose myself completely. You need to be far from here when that happens. I'm not leaving you. You have to. He finally looks at her, and the anguish in his eyes nearly breaks her. If I transform without the curse being broken, I'll kill everyone. Including you. Especially you, because the bond will draw me to you first. Then we break the curse before midnight. Luna says it with more confidence than she feels. Her hands shake as she touches his arm. Even that small contact makes her chest tight, makes old memories claw at her throat. Theron, I want to do this. I want you. I just need time. His hand covers hers. I know. But time's the one thing we don't have. The war horns sound, 3 sharp blasts. Kane's forces are at the gates. The battle begins before Luna's ready. Kane doesn't bother with strategy or honor. He just attacks, a wave of wolves crashing against the fortress walls like a tsunami. Luna watches from the ramparts as Theron's warriors meet them head-on, watches the night turn red with blood and silver with moonlight. There. Isla points to the rear of Kane's forces. Derek's pack. See the collars? Luna does. Thick silver bands around every throat, glowing with dark magic. The wolves wearing them move like puppets, mechanical, reluctant. She sees wolves she recognizes from Derek's territory, wolves who laughed at her rejection, and now they're slaves. She should feel satisfaction. Instead she just feels sick. We need to get to Kane, Luna says. Break his control. He won't make it easy. Marcus joins them, blood already splattered across his armor. He's got council wolves surrounding him. The corrupted ones who've been taking his bribes for years. Then we cut through them. Theron appears behind Luna, and she jumps. His eyes are more red than silver now, his control slipping with each passing moment. Luna stays here. Protected. Luna fights. She turns to face him. I'm not a damsel, Theron. I'm the lunar Omega from the prophecy. If Kane wants me so badly, let's give him what he wants. Absolutely not. You don't get to decide. Luna's voice hardens. This is my fight. My mother, my trauma, my choice. I'm going out there. They stare at each other while the battle rages below. Then Theron does something unexpected. He cups her face in his blood-stained hands and rests his forehead against hers. If you die, he whispers, I'll follow you into death. Do you understand? I'll let the curse take me and I'll burn this whole world down. Then don't let me die. Luna's hands cover his. Fight beside me. Trust me like I'm learning to trust you. The mate bond flares between them, hot and bright and terrifying. Theron's control wavers, the curse surging, but Luna's there. Her power rises instinctively, silver meeting red, moon soothing beast. Together? Theron asks. Together. They descend into hell side by side. Luna's never been in a real battle before. She's fought as a rogue, desperate, dirty fights for survival. But this is war. This is chaos. Wolves tear at each other in the darkness while the full moon watches. Blood soaks the ground. Screaming fills the air. Luna calls her power and prays it's enough. Silver light explodes from her hands, slamming into a group of corrupted council wolves. They fly backward, howling. More come. Luna dodges, strikes, uses her power in short bursts because she can't sustain it for long. Beside her, Theron fights like death incarnate, controlled violence, precise kills, but the red in his eyes grows brighter with each passing moment. There. Isla's voice cuts through the chaos. Kane's moving toward the North Tower. Luna runs. Theron and his warriors follow, cutting a path through the battlefield. They burst into the tower to find Kane waiting for them, calm as a summer afternoon. Council wolves flank him. Marcus Thornwood, Derek's father, stands at his right hand with a smile that makes Luna want to scream. Right on time. Kane spreads his arms. I was wondering when you'd make it through my little welcoming party. It's over, Kane. Theron's voice is barely human. Surrender now and I'll make your death quick. Why would I surrender when I'm about to win? Kane's smile widens. Look at you, brother. You can barely hold your form. The curse is eating you alive. Another hour and you'll be a mindless beast. He has me. Luna steps forward. I can break the curse. Can you? Kane's eyes gleam. Because from what I've seen, you can barely let him touch you without panicking. Do you really think you can complete a mating bond in your condition? You're broken, little Omega. Derek made sure of that. Derek was your puppet. Luna's hands curl into fists. Just like everyone else you've manipulated. Derek was necessary. Kane circles them slowly. The prophecy required you to be broken and remade. Derek broke you perfectly, rejected you, destroyed your confidence, made you lose a child you didn't even know you carried. You should thank him, really. He made you into exactly what you need to be. Luna's power flares. What I need to be? Powerful. Angry. Ready to burn down the world that hurt you. Kane extends his hand. Join me, Luna. Not because you're forced, but because it's the smart choice. I can give you everything you want. Revenge against everyone who hurt you. Power beyond imagination. A mate who'll never reject you because I literally can't. The obsession magic I used on myself ensures I'll always want you. That's not love, Luna says. That's possession. What's the difference? Kane's smile turns cold. Theron claims he loves you, but he needs you to break his curse. I need you to solidify my power. Everyone uses everyone, Luna. At least I'm honest about it. No. Luna's voice is steady. Love is choosing someone without needing them. Trust is vulnerability without guarantee. Theron let me go when he could have kept me. He's given me choices when he could have taken. That's the difference. How poetic. Kane's expression hardens. And how stupid. You're choosing a cursed king over unlimited power. You're choosing the man who'll die in an hour over the one who can give you everything. I'm choosing myself. Luna's power rises, not explosive this time, but steady. Growing. I'm choosing to be more than the broken Omega you tried to create. I'm choosing love over revenge. Hope over hate. Then you choose death. Kane's eyes flash red. Kill them. All of them. The council wolves attack. What follows is carnage. Theron shifts, his cursed wolf form massive and terrifying, red eyes blazing. But he's still there, still fighting with purpose, still protecting Luna instead of just destroying everything. His warriors flood the tower. Isla's blades flash. Marcus Thornwood falls with his throat torn out, his last expression one of shock. And Cain moves toward Luna like a shadow. Last chance, he says, his hand crackling with dark magic. Mate with me or die. I choose door number 3. Luna's power explodes outward, silver light so bright it turns night to day. But Cain's ready. His magic meets hers, dark against light, and they're matched. Perfectly, terribly matched. You can't beat me, Cain laughs. We're the same, you and I, broken and remade. Hungry for power. The prophecy says you'll either save wolfkind or destroy it. Why not destroy it with me? For a moment, Luna's tempted. She could unmake every wolf who hurt her. Could burn Derek's pack to ash. Could make them all pay. Then she sees Derek. He's there in the doorway, no collar, no chains. Just Derek, looking older and more broken than Luna's ever seen him. Their eyes meet across the chaos, and something passes between them, understanding, maybe. Regret. Cain sees him too. His magic shifts, forming a blade of pure darkness, aimed at Luna's heart. Derek moves. He's always been fast, alpha blood runs true. He crosses the tower in seconds, throwing himself between Luna and Cain's killing blow. The dark blade punches through his chest, and Derek gasps, blood bubbling from his lips. No. Luna catches him as he falls. Derek, no, why would you? Because I owed you. Blood stains his teeth. I destroyed you. Killed our child. Let them murder your mother. This doesn't make up for any of it, but maybe, he coughs, more blood. Maybe it's a start. You idiot. Tears stream down Luna's face. You absolute idiot. Yeah. Derek's laugh is wet. Always was. His eyes find hers, really find hers, maybe for the first time. I'm sorry. For everything. You deserved so much better than me. I know. Luna holds him while he dies. Holds the man who broke her, who destroyed her, who just gave his life for hers. I forgive you. Derek's last breath leaves him with something like relief. And something inside Luna breaks. Not breaks like shattering, breaks like chains snapping. Breaks like a door opening. Breaks like waking up from a nightmare and realizing it's over. Derek's rejection doesn't define her anymore. His cruelty doesn't own her. She's more than the Omega he threw away. She's more than her trauma. She's herself. Luna stands, Derek's body cradled in her arms, and her power rises like the moon itself. Silver light pours from her skin, from her eyes, from the moonstone at her throat. It fills the tower, pushes back Cain's darkness, makes every wolf in the room fall to their knees. I choose, Luna says, her voice resonating with ancient power, to save wolfkind. Not through revenge. Not through fear. Through love. She looks at Theron, still in his cursed wolf form, fighting to maintain control. The mate bond stretches between them, incomplete but burning bright. I choose you, Luna says. Not because I need you to survive. Not because of prophecy or fate or desperation. I choose you because you're kind when you could be cruel. Strong when you could be brutal. Because you gave me choices when you could have taken them. Theron shifts back to human, bloodied and shaking. Luna. I'm ready. She sets Derek's body down gently and walks to Theron. No hesitation. No fear. I'm ready to complete the bond. Here. Theron looks around at the battle, the blood, the watching wolves. Now. Here. Now. Luna takes his face in her hands. Before I lose my nerve. Before the moon sets. Before we run out of time. She kisses him. The mate bond ignites. It's not gentle. It's not soft. It's raw and desperate, and 3 days of denied need all crashing together at once. Luna pours everything into it, her pain, her hope, her choice. Theron responds with equal intensity, his hands in her hair, pulling her closer. The curse fights back. Luna feels it trying to take him, trying to turn him into the mindless beast. But she's there too, her lunar power wrapping around the curse, soothing it, breaking it. Mine, Theron growls against her mouth. Yours, Luna agrees. And you're mine. The bond completes. Power explodes from them both, silver and red twining together, creating something new. Something that's never existed before. The curse shatters like glass, and Theron gasps, falling to his knees. Luna goes with him, holding him through it. It's gone, he whispers, wonder in his voice. The curse is gone. But Luna's not done. The power keeps building, fed by the full moon overhead, by the completed bond, by her mother's blood singing in her veins. She stands, pulling Theron with her, and faces Cain. You wanted to see my full power? Luna's voice echoes with divine authority. Here it is. She raises her hands, and moonlight answers. It pours from the sky like liquid silver, wrapping around Cain, burning away his dark magic. He screams, trying to fight, but he's nothing compared to this. Luna isn't just a lunar Omega anymore. She's the Luna Queen. She's every priestess who came before her. She's the moon itself made flesh. This is your choice. Cain gasps. To be his mate? To play house while the kingdom burns? This is my choice to heal. Luna's light intensifies. To build instead of destroy. To break the cycle of violence that you and wolves like you have perpetuated for centuries. You're weak. No. Luna smiles, and it's fierce. I'm strong enough to choose mercy. Strong enough to forgive. Strong enough to love despite every reason not to. The moonlight consumes Cain. When it fades, he's gone, not dead, but banished. Cast into the shadow realm where the worst traitors go. He'll live there forever, alone with his obsession and rage. Perfect punishment. Luna sways, exhausted. Theron catches her, lifting her into his arms. Around them, the battle's over. Cain's forces, freed from the slave collars, are surrendering. Derek's pack wolves look lost and confused, finally free after years of manipulation. Isla steps forward, surveying the remnants of Derek's pack. Someone needs to lead them. Help them heal. You. Luna manages to focus on her. You lead them, Isla. Reform the pack. Make it better. Me? Isla looks shocked. I'm just a beta's daughter. You're a warrior who knows what it's like to be used. Luna touches Isla's hand. You'll be a good alpha. Better than Derek. Better than his father. Isla nods slowly, then turns to address Derek's former pack. Luna doesn't hear what she says. She's too tired, too drained. Rest. Theron's voice rumbles against her ear. You did it. You saved everyone. We did it. Luna corrects. Together. The moon watches as they carry Derek's body from the tower. As Isla claims her new pack. As the corrupted council members are rounded up and imprisoned. As warriors tend to wounded and mourn the dead. The prophecy is fulfilled. The lunar Omega chose to save wolfkind through love. And in doing so, she changed everything. 6 weeks later. Luna stands in the rebuilt council chambers, watching as new leaders are sworn in, wolves chosen for wisdom instead of power, for compassion instead of cruelty. Theron sits beside her on matching thrones, his hand warm in hers. You okay? He murmurs. Tired. Luna rests her head on his shoulder. But good. It's the truth. The nightmares are fewer now. She can let Theron touch her without panic. They're working on the rest, on intimacy beyond the bond, on building a relationship instead of just surviving one. It's slow. But it's real. Marcus Thornwood was banished, alive, but powerless, forced to live as a rogue for the rest of his days. Derek was buried with honors despite his crimes, because Luna asked for it. Because he earned redemption in the end. Luna. Theron's voice pulls her back. There's something I need to tell you. She looks up, finds his eyes serious. What? You're pregnant. The world stops. What? Luna's hand flies to her stomach. How do you know? I can smell it. The change in your scent. Theron's smile is tentative, afraid of her reaction. You're maybe 3 weeks along. It's early, but... Luna kisses him. Pours everything she feels into it, joy, terror, hope, love. When they break apart, both of them are crying. We're having a baby, Luna whispers. An heir. Theron's hand covers hers on her stomach. The first of a new generation. They sit like that while the council conducts business around them, wrapped in each other and the future they're building. Luna feels complete in a way she never has before. Then the vision hits. It slams into her like a truck, images flooding her mind so fast she can't process them all. Kane's followers in the shadows. Cursed wolves being bred in secret laboratories. A war brewing that will make this battle look like a skirmish. And at the center of it all, a woman with eyes like dead stars and a smile like broken glass. Luna gasps, coming back to herself. Theron's immediately alert. What? What did you see? The prophecy. Luna's voice shakes. Theron, the prophecy isn't complete. We won the battle, but the war, the real war, it's just beginning. What do you mean? Kane had followers. Wolves who believe in his vision of power through fear. They're out there, and they're planning something. Luna stands, her hand protective over her stomach. They're creating cursed wolves. Building an army. The council chamber falls silent. Every wolf turns to stare at their new Luna Queen. Luna meets their eyes, sees the fear, and stands taller. Let them come, she says, her voice carrying authority that still surprises her. I'm not the broken Omega they tried to create. I'm the Luna Queen. I carry the heir to the throne. And I have the strongest alpha in wolf history at my side. She looks at Theron, sees his fierce pride, his protective rage. This time, Luna continues, we'll be ready. This time, we fight together. And this time, we win. The council erupts in cheers. Theron pulls her close, his hand on her stomach, and whispers against her ear. Whatever comes, we face it together. Always. Luna nods, watching the moon rise through the chamber windows. Her mother's moonstone pulses warm against her skin. Somewhere in the shadows, enemies plot. Somewhere in the darkness, cursed wolves wait. But Luna isn't afraid. She was rejected, broken, remade. She survived trauma that should have destroyed her. She chose love when hate would have been easier. She became the Luna Queen not through power or prophecy, but through choice. And now, she's going to protect her family, her mate, and her kingdom with everything she has. The real war is coming. But so is she. The end. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe, like and share this video to continue listening to this type of story daily and also, to appreciate this community too. I would like to hear your wonderful opinion about this story. Please comment below.